Hello everybody, I am Gareth here from What Culture Wrestling here, bringing you all the incredibly interesting, compelling Sunday solo news on my own because it is Solo Sunday. It does what it says on the tin. So, first news story that we're going to talk about today is all about the WWE Thunderdome, because there's been a lot, really, that's happened in the last, it seems like 24 hours to do with the Thunderdome. It's won an award. We've had our first real behind-the-scenes look at the Thunderdome and how it's ran. And then we also got some intriguing images that surfaced on the banned image list, really, what looks like the banned image list that WWE have backstage for this Thunderdome arena. So, we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to talk all the way through this. So, this was at the Sportel Awards, the 2020 Sportel Awards that WWE Thunderdome received top honors for their virtual fan experience of the year. That's what they won their award for. So, they were held on Tuesday in Monaco. And the famous group, who obviously were the people who partnered with WWE to bring us the Thunderdome and create it, they received the prestigious digital prize for virtual fan experience for their work on the Thunderdome. I've not said that enough already, have I? So yeah, the famous group, they issued a press release and mentioned WWE being the best at what they do, and they said it goes as this. This was Executive Vice President Andrew Isaacson who said this. He said, "While it's humbling to have our work selected as the best among so many outstanding organizations in each category, the true reward for us comes in knowing that our clients are successful in reaching their goals. We're thankful to be able to work with organizations like the Boston Celtics and WWE, among many others. And their passion to be the best at what they do only further motivates us to push the boundaries. None of this would be possible without the amazing partners that we're fortunate to work with, making us look good along the way." And they issued a few press releases, so this is another one that they spoke about, specifically about the Thunderdome. They said, "For WWE Thunderdome, after World Wrestling Entertainment developed the concept for the look and feel of the Thunderdome, the famous group worked alongside WWE to create a live virtual fan experience that has never been seen before, bringing fans into the arena for multiple events even when they couldn't be there physically, obviously due to the current global bastard." So yeah, that was all the press release, all the sparkle about the award that they won, that everyone's saying, "Oh, we're so good, but we did it for you, the fans." And then they released a video, which was like behind the scenes, showing how they get everything done in the actual Thunderdome Amway Center. And it was really cool because you saw a lot of the ways that they could just throw people in and out of the Thunderdome. Do you know what I mean? It's like you could see people just scrolling across, and it all looked so slick, I was really impressed by it. But something I didn't really notice at first, and I had to go back and watch it again, was there was a piece of paper on like the side. They had all these screens with everyone's faces on, like all the people at home streaming in, and then they had a couple more faces and logos that appeared to be a band list. It didn't like explicitly say that I could see anyway, but there was a number of things on that list that make you think, yeah, these are things that probably are going to get flagged up if they pop up on screen. So these are the things that were seen on this piece of paper. So we had the AEW logo, Impact Wrestling's logo, New Japan Pro Wrestling's logo. You also had, in terms of wrestlers, talents, and the rest of it, you had Enzo Amore, Cody Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, Marty Scurll, the Young Bucks, Chris Benoit, CM Punk, Jim Cornette, Alberto El Patron, Ryback, Ashley Mazzaro, Superstar Billy Graham, Vicky Guerrero, the flag of Hong Kong, Chinese flag of the PRC, and the flag of Tibet. So, yeah, a few of those you kind of expect. Like, yeah, maybe don't put those faces up because just controversy and just nobody needs to see that. Others, like Rivals, Cody Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, AEW, stuff like that, Impact Wrestling, yeah, that again makes a lot of sense. But things like CM Punk, I don't understand why that's a thing now, because they've had that partnership with Punk through Fox for WWE Backstage, but I guess that just shows you how Fox heavy that relationship is. WWE still don't want anything to do with him. They don't want to see his face popping up on screen and we won't see him Punk back or anything like that. So yeah, quite interesting to look over that. If you can go and catch that video behind the scenes, I think it looks really interesting, everything that they're doing there in the Amway Center. But I just thought that list, that potential, what looks like a banned image list, it's very interesting, very, very intriguing. And speaking of WWE inside the Thunderdome, we had another Thunderdome show last night that was Friday Night SmackDown. And we didn't have a lot of ratings talk, I believe, last week. I don't think the ratings were out at that point. But I can pretty much catch us up. So the ratings weren't that good last week because they were on FS1. Obviously, SmackDown was there. It was on special cable airing because I think other sporting games were on and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of American television. I'm not sure what it was. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure you will. But yeah, it didn't do very well. It got 881,000 viewers. I think that was the final viewership for that, which isn't great. But this week, it had a marked improvement because it was back in its usual spot. This was obviously the Hell in a Cell, post-Hell in a Cell edition of WWE SmackDown on Fox, and it drew an average of 2.133 million viewers in the overnight ratings. And this is according to Showbuzz Daily. And that was Hour 1 drew an average of 2.115 million viewers, and then Hour 2 drew 2.151 million viewers. And also we saw that this SmackDown drew an average of 0.6 in the 18 to 49 demographic, which is always super important. And that was tied number 1 on the night with Shark Tank. So yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to compare this obviously with the FS1 show because that was just a random one-off which didn't do very well because it wasn't really expected to in the slot it was. It was in an unusual spot on an unusual program channel. That's the word. It's Sunday. I'm tired, alright? Just forgive me. So, if you're going to compare this with the Season 2 premiere, which was, I think it drew on average 2.124 million viewers, it's an improvement. They're going upwards. So, I'm happy with this. I like Roman Reigns and Jey Uso just being, well, just having a really conflicting relationship right now, and it's one of the best things on WWE television. I'm not going to talk a lot more about the Aaliyah Rey Mysterio Murphy stuff going on because it just made my head hurt yesterday. So, moving on. And another big story that has been, well, doing the rounds really for the last couple of weeks is the announcement that WWE were going to ban or just pull really a lot of their talent's Twitch stream channels from circulation. They weren't going to let them do that anymore. I think a lot of rumors have been going around that WWE are going to try and set up their own Twitch account and have their own Twitch sphere, and obviously a lot of WWE talents have not been very happy about this. We've seen Paige go on I wouldn't say a rant, I'd say she just poured her heart out and just said that this isn't cool, I'm not happy with this, this is a way that I connect with fans, this is a way that I not just earn a living, it's just a form of connection and support with people that she doesn't necessarily get anymore because she's not in the ring, she's not doing it in the ring anymore. And we've got a bit more of a follow-up on this. According to the Wrestling Observer, many backstage are unhappy about the edict being put in place. Surprise, surprise. That's kind of... We knew that a little bit already. And reports, but these are the new reports. The reports stating that several are speaking with former Democratic presidential nominee Andrew Yang regarding the situation. Obviously, he's publicly stated that WWE was abusing their labor laws in doing what they're doing right now, banning people from streaming and using Cameo and all these other things. And he's also did promise to help pro wrestlers in their battle for fair worker rights. And this report even notes now that Yang has a personal relationship with many pro wrestlers and is willing to champion the cause. And I believe he did a bit of an interview with Dolph Ziggler. He had a big chat about it with him there. Just seems to be flying the flag, really, saying that these workers, these independent contractors, deserve to have the ability just to have a Twitch stream and just have that other source of income right now, just to keep themselves, well, not just the income, just to keep themselves sane. It's such a good thing to connect them with the fans and everything else, and I can't get my head around it, because for me it just feels like a way that WWE can promote the company through like another outlet, and it's them being greedy is what it is. And another big factor obviously coming up in this entire situation is the upcoming presidential election, which is happening very soon, very soon. And the word on the street is that if Donald Trump is re-elected, Vince McMahon would be untouchable in regards to his labor practices. So, very important couple of days coming up. So we'll have to stay tuned, just see what happens there. But my opinion is WWE just being ridiculously greedy. Let these people just Twitch and Cameo and do what they want to do. 2020 has been hard enough. And right, our last big piece of news that we've got today is all about a new star who is debuting in the land of WWE, well, NXT UK, but still a big debut. It is Rampage Brown. Wow, UK pro wrestling veteran Rampage Brown is coming to WWE NXT UK. So that's huge. That's a massive coup, I'd say, for NXT UK. I think they've been lacking some star power, I'd say, over the last, well, however long the NXT UK has been going, really. Every time somebody gets built up to a certain level, they jump over to NXT or they go to the main roster or something. It's the typical NXT issue. Well, not issue, but just the thing that happens in NXT. If you get really good, you get pulled off somewhere else and you can go and become an even bigger star. But that's not the point. So WWE released a new coming soon vignette for Brown, and the promo featured a lot of praise from Pete Dunne, Johnny Moss, Ashton Smith, and a few others. The 37-year-old, he is 37, he's still got plenty of time to go and kick some ass in NXT UK. He's 6'1", 235 pounds, and he signed with WWE and reported to the UK Performance Centre in London. Obviously, it's looking like we're going to go back down into another lockdown here in the UK, so at least he can go and train. Hopefully he can train, maybe. He'll train this month. If not, he'll probably go and train next month. It'll be fine. So he's obviously he actually has appeared on WWE television in the past, and this was during an ECW episode on November 11th, 2008. But he was billed by his real name at that point, which was Oliver Biney. He lost a squash match to WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry in that match, which not super memorable because if you're getting squash, you're getting squash. It's not really about you. And he also actually worked for FCW, which was, pretty cool. That was in 2011. He worked under the name Monty Lynch, which, that sounds really British. Monty Lynch. Oh, God, Monty Lynch. He's from Leeds, so he doesn't really sound a lot like that. So I'm not going to attempt a Leeds accent. But he was released that same year in July, in that 2011 year when he was working in FCW. But obviously, the big thing with Rampage Brown is obviously he's worked a lot of independents, and he's actually worked in many places like Progress and Rev Pro. But he's also worked in WCPW, yes, What Culture Pro Wrestling. And I actually saw him at a What Culture Pro Wrestling event once. I was in London, it was in Elephant and Castle. And it was a really brutal match. I think it was like a hardcore thing, and he just absolutely battered the guy he was up against. All I remember is Rampage Brown just being an absolute beast. I can't remember the other guy he was in the ring with, no offense to that other guy. But he was a monster, and I just I wish him all the best. A few people have obviously tweeted out, showing support for this. Alistair Black, obviously, is somebody who's worked with him in the past. He retweeted the coming soon tweet from NXT UK. And Drew McIntyre tweeted, finally, a huge get for NXT UK. So, all the best to Rampage. I hope he absolutely smashes it. Yeah, I'm drunk on the excitement of this right now. And my mind is just jumping straight to Walter versus Rampage Brown, which is just delightful. If you know anything about Rampage Brown, that is going to be one hell of a hard-hitting encounter. So that has been your Solo Sunday news. Let me know what you think of all the stories that we've got in the comments section. Let me know down there. Let me know what you think. Obviously, we've had Halloween. Halloween was last night, so there's loads of cool Halloween, WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling. All these stars have done loads of really cool Halloween stuff. So go and check their Instagrams out because they've got loads of cool stuff on there. We've done an article on the What Culture site as well, talking about what we think of their 10 best WWE/AEW Halloween costumes out there for 2020. And yeah, hopefully you had a really fun time doing whatever you did this Halloween. Do not forget to like, share, and click on the subscribe button to all things What Culture Wrestling. Follow me on Twitter at gmorgan04. Follow everybody here at What Culture WWE on Twitter as well. And just have the best start to this November month. If you're in the UK, it's not been a great start because obviously we're going to go back in an old lockdown, but it's fine. There will be a new day. There will be a new day, yes. There will be a new month. We're going to get there. We're going to be okay. Just go and eat some food or something and have the best of Sundays. See you later.